Hey guys, and welcome to episode 3 of the Planco 100 Challenges Challenge. You might be thinking, what the heck am I looking at here? This looks exactly like episode 2, unless of course this is the first episode you're looking at. The reason you can see this is, well, I've got a bit of a confession to make. I lost a save file. So everything you're seeing right now and everything you saw in the last episode is no longer here. In a way though, I am pretty happy with that, because in all honesty I was looking back at it all and I wasn't happy with what I put together. I know I could do a lot better, so I could only apologise to you guys and to myself, to be honest, in terms of how poorly I felt it went, especially when I want to try and focus on detailing more for this challenge, which is why I made it medium. But yeah, apart from that, so that all happened, so the entrance is no more and everything like that. However, I did manage to spend an hour making a new time lapse for you guys to watch. So without further ado, let's get rid of this stuff, right, what you're seeing here, and we'll move on to the new stuff. Enjoy. Okay, so as you can see, the whole entrance has been completely changed. I'm making kind of like a nice little square area that everyone comes into for the park. I've also decided the little bridge I did do going the other way, I've completely removed that, as you probably saw. Well, you wouldn't have seen, but it was in the last episode, but I'm not doing it this episode or ever again. Well, maybe in the future, who knows, but for now I'm going to be moving the park over to the other direction. So you'll see me doing all sorts of stuff here with the entrance. I'm going to be going back and forth a lot as well, so I don't just stay on the entrance here, I'll move. I think I add the twister ride that I added in the last episode, but I'll add it to the other side right next to the Ascension ride. I think it's called Ascension, I can't remember. But anyway, I think that's what I end up doing next after this part, and then what we'll do is we move on to a really nice eating area, so like what we did in the last episode again, only with a lot more improvement. It looks a lot better, I think. Hopefully you guys will agree too. But there you go, there's the twister coming into the park again, only on this side. So as I said, I'm moving everything around this way because I have an idea for a form of bridge to create, and another ride in the probably a lot more distant future when the park's kind of made to be a lot bigger. Oh, also with the pathing here, I decided to change the queue line so I could add the priority pass, because again, in future, if I have enough rides and make sure the queue line's made so that priority pass queues can be made, that's a bit of money on the side on top as well, so that should work out big time. And also these little plants that I'm putting on the outside of the queues, they are like $1.50, I believe, so not like $1.50, they are $1.50, and they increase the queue scenery so quickly. So you can see me putting a heck of a lot on all the way along the queue and stuff, and that's all I do for now around this ride, by the way. But the queue scenery percentage goes up so quickly with these, and for only $1.50 over doing what I did with the Ascension ride, would have saved a lot more money and would have been able to increase the prices quicker. But doesn't matter now. You'll also see in the bottom right corner that the whole time I'm doing everything in this time lapse, it's being played at the usual normal rate. So if I ran out of money or whatever, I ran out of money, but I don't think I actually did at any point. I was quite lucky to have money at all times. Right, so this is where we're moving on to the eating area, which I end up calling the boatyard. This pathing was an absolute blooming nightmare, and I skip it in a little while so that I skip it to the point where I actually just figured it out. It was an actually really easy thing to figure out, whereby I just selected flattened terrain in the menu area of putting the placing the pathing, and you can see it on the bottom right there, just at the top, ticked off flattened terrain. And that helped a lot more. It kind of figured it out. I'd spent, I think, 10-15 minutes trying to figure this pathing out. It was ridiculous. But it's out of the way now. I managed to do it. And this is where we begin to build the boatyard. So yeah, we stick a a cosmic cow milkshake and a pizza pen. I don't know what it is with me, but I always add a pizza pen before anything else, food-wise. I think it's because I am a ridiculous fan of pizza. I love my pizza over chief beef, probably because I don't eat burgers. I'm not much of a meat eater. I eat fish more than, well, not more than, I don't eat meat at all. So that possibly is why I just select pizza every time, because I love my veggie pizzas. But anyway, enough about that. So you can see me starting to do the building properly. I chose a painted wood this time as well, so we could make it a bit more newish looking, and with those little arch areas it makes it look a little bit fancy as well, and sticking the roofing in there looks quite nice on the top. The benches we use are going to be exactly the same ones as we used in the last episode, and the same colour as well, along with the umbrellas, which I put on at a completely different time for some reason. I have no idea why. I also remember that I actually paused building this because in the last episode, again, if you remember, there was a lot of vomit all over the pathway afterwards, so I decided to pause it, and for some reason I went into a random mode and started building all this, and this is going to change with what I'm doing here with the wood. I discovered that I'm going to completely change that, how the benches look, possibly. Well, I don't know yet, that's subject to change. But yeah, I just went out of the way to start doing something else, just to take my mind away from the boatyard thing for a bit. I mean, as I say, all this was done in, I believe, an hour to an hour and a half anyway. No more, definitely no more. But yeah, I paused it so I could add the bins and a janitor and a mechanic first, just for the rubbish and for anyone that decides to vandalize the benches if they were not very happy. The sign choice was quite easy, luckily that was quite straightforward, and deciding the text didn't take too long either. I didn't have to go back and forth trying to chop and change and decide. And then with in terms of the scenery here, I literally just thought, well, those plants, those little flowers that I was using around the queue line for the Twister ride, it was quite a nice idea in terms of the colouring, so I thought I would do that here as well. And then we add some palm trees and stuff as well at the end, just to give it a bit more fanciness. Oh, and some bamboo along the back. I think it looks quite nice, to be honest. It's quite a nice little entrance area. We do it at either side as well later on in the time lapse. And as per usual, add a little bit more detailing to the building, so just your bog standard wood panels just all the way along the outside here. I don't go around the archways, it's purely just the angular, like the triangular parts of the building. So here, so the middle parts and the outer parts are where I do these wood panellings, which isn't too much of an issue to do. Oh yeah, see, I chop and change again. I just go into doing the canopies. I think they're called canopies. No, they're not. I can't remember what they're called. Maybe you guys can tell me. I can't remember and I can't be bothered to look right now. But anyway, yeah, so I copy and paste that and then go on to the outer ones, as I said. I won't go in between where the signage is and everything like that. I just do this area here. It didn't take long either to select kind of like the colour of the wood as well. It was just a matter of just going through it and just try and get it as close to kind of newish, realistic-ish kind of looking. And then obviously for the baseline we're going to use the stone wall, so that's like a foundation for it, because you're not going to have a decent building of wood all the way through the water. It will just rot away. So I thought it was nice anyway. I've also got an extra idea on what to add to this as well, because it's no means finished. Because it's the boatyard, there's no boats. So we're going to add some sort of form of little dock and stuff like that, and some of those makeshift scenery boats that you get and whatnot, just to give it a little bit more character. As you can see, that's me putting on some signage for what they've got available there to eat and drink. I do it on both sides over the top of the arches. The Cosmic Cow took a little bit of me to figure out. For some reason, I don't know why, I didn't think it was Cosmic Cow milkshakes. But it is, it's Cosmic Cow milkshakes or it's Cosmic Cow ice creams, but I couldn't figure out why. I just thought there was just a normal Cosmic Cow drinks thing. But no, I knew I was wrong in the end. I was like, why am I being stupid? The Cosmic Cow sign I'm not too sure of, to be honest. Even looking back at it now, it's like, I don't know about this. May have to change that. But we'll see. Yeah, so we just add some windows. Again, adding a little bit more character to the buildings. Not too much. Not too little though. And this is where we move the plants or foliage, however you want to call it, across to the outer sides. So just this side and then the opposite side as well, which thankfully was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Just your bog standard copy and paste job, to be honest. It was quite nice, and I may change the palms because they're exactly the same looking. Otherwise it might look a bit daft, but other than that, it's good to kind of like watch. I was about to say walk back. It's good to watch back at these things because you can see where you could kind of improve or change things potentially. But anyway, we move on to adding just a little fence here, and again I just put the fence at the front here. I forget to do it on the sides. So that's something that'll be added on as well. So unless of course it looks okay like it is, but I'm not so sure. Just a few benches for effect, and I'm still trying to figure out what to put in the middle square there. I'm not sure whether we get a statue thing in, or a fountain, or just a bunch of foliage in there. I have no idea. Again, we've moved away now, moving on to the entrance building, which is a lot better than what it was. It was gross. And we just make it feel a bit maybe Mediterranean-esque in a way. On the tops of those pieces that I just placed, I'm going to be putting some wood up there and some ivy. Not going to be putting flooring or anything up there because obviously the guests wouldn't see that, so it wouldn't matter so much. And down here I'm just prepping for putting some more foliage in, so it'll be those plants and stuff just to make the entrance really nice looking. We also add some windows. We do the little effect where we have the little windows on the top, so it makes the building look a lot bigger, or like I can't remember the wording because my mind goes blank when I talk like this. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking for a bit and let you guys crack on with watching what you see here. Enjoy. Okay, so this is what we've ended up with. As you can see, I got the welcome sign in. It looks lovely, I think. I mean, I need to take a bit more time, I think, looking for fonts in the community page, but in the workshop even. But, you know, I think it looks all good. We need to just finish this up here and here. Go through there. And there's the square I was talking about where I'm not quite sure what to do here. Maybe you guys can help me out. Could be like a little fountain in the middle or something, or just some bush work or whatever, but either way we can have some seating around the outside of it. And it goes off to the right. The twister is over there now. Got the boatyard here. Looking quite nice, I think. Looks quite nice. This is bugging me, so I'm going to do this quickly right now, which is the fencing. It was really getting to me when I was overlooking that time lapse that we just watched. And although it doesn't go into there, that doesn't matter because that's like the little side entrance, shall we say, for the said gardener that would come along and water the plants. Okay, there we go, that's better. Walk through here, and there we go. It's the boatyard area, so nice little seating area. We've got some food and drink being sold. And what I was going to do down here was a little bit of scenery work. Now the question is how I'm going to find this. I think I know. I think the majority of what I need is going to be under the pirate thing. I'm not sure though. Scenery thing, pirate. Yeah, I was hoping that would be the case. But we're looking at this stuff here really, because it's like a boatyard. It would make sense to have this sort of stuff in, you know. Otherwise, what's the point in calling it a boatyard if it's not even a boatyard with boats, you know? It makes no sense whatsoever. We'll do some makeshift steps here and everything as well. There were those little boats too, so we could put this in here. There we go. And beautiful. Can we change the colour of these? No, we can't. That's not an issue. It's not the biggest problem in the world. And I think we'll add some like lamps. I think that'll look quite nice. Just to give it a bit more, you know, of an aesthetic look, even if that's the right term. I don't know, probably not. What else could we put here? I mean, we don't want to do too much, otherwise it'll look too piratey, and it's not really a pirate area. It's not a pirate area at all. Position, snap off, angle, surface. Oops. Maybe we could just do it like this, actually. Add that to there. There we go, that works. So, boatman would just climb over the fence and to take the ladder down. We'll get two ladders just there. We'll make it a double ladder like that. There we go. We might do the same on the other side as well, to be honest, but without same amount of boats. That's the one boat, I think. Did I select that lamp? I did. Okay, cool. So I'll bring that across here. That ride's just broken down, so we might lose some money, but we are doing okay for money, thankfully. You know, the whole time I was building that stuff that you saw on the time lapse, I wasn't even paying attention how much money I was spending. Very dangerous. And by the way, please ensure you save your game. And also, if you must, save it twice. Do 2 different saves of the same park. I have with this. I do like save 1 and save 2 of the same name, and it works a treat. I only say this because on one of my previous parks I completely lost the park because I accidentally saved over it. It wasn't the case with this time. I just simply apparently didn't save it before I closed the game, so that's why we lost everything from the previous episode. But I hope you guys agree that this is a lot better than what we made there in that episode. I think it is. I genuinely believe it is. If it's not, then yikes. But I seriously think, but looking at these things here, we could add this sort of stuff into the center. How big are these things anyway? See, that's why I was thinking a fountain in the middle, because, and then you've got the flowers that we were using over here. You know, that's what I think would be pretty nice. And we've got plans for, so I know I also said I'm not likely to build the path that was going around here and over that. That is still a potential to happen. Because here is going to have some form of shops, and this side as well. We can't have just one way in and one way out, especially when the way this is set up, it's begging for a circular pathway. What, just a pathway that goes around in a circuit here. I've already got a plan for this as well as this being called the boatyard here. Got another idea for a ride, which you could probably guess. It's going to be probably the steamboat ride. It's going to run all the way up the river and stop at a couple of places all the way up here. And with the bridges side of things, we're going to be making a bridge out of a building that the path goes over, obviously. And it's going to have archways so that the boats can fit underneath on each side. I've already tested this on another park to see if it would work, and I believe it will. The only issue will be doing like a 180. I may have to widen parts of the river, which isn't too much of an issue. It's not the worst thing in the world. So I think, this thing. I'm probably going to change this as well, actually, before I finish off this episode, because I know this episode might potentially be a bit longer than the last one. I'm not sure, to be honest. I've kind of lost track of how we're doing for, I've lost my words, the time. But the thing I was thinking about doing was literally just this. Copy those, bring them out here, split them, and then do this. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Let's change this one. Let's switch around this side. Okay, done. Now move down. But I'm not sure if it's going to work. This is the question. And it looks like it may not. Let's just get the right part. Oops. And then raise it. Bring it this way a bit more. Still gonna be there. Yeah. And somehow we've got to remove the bench pieces. But I could just go like this. Even though it doesn't look right with them sitting on it. It really doesn't look right with them sitting on it. I'm very particular about things like that. It has to be right. And that is not right. It's very finicky. Let's delete that one and that one and just work with one for now. Because I know these benches aren't even straight, I don't think. No, they're not. Be a great help if they were, and they are on a bend. The path isn't straight here. Need to remember that. The legs so the legs go through the benches anyway. It might just be a case of doing something else. I'll have to figure that out on another episode, I believe. But yeah, this is just going to be just a bit of gardening, a bit of foliage and what have you, and we'll be doing the same around here as well. Autosave, thank you. But yeah, I hope you guys I've liked what I've ended up building here. I think it's a lot better. I'll be building up this side and this side next, I think. We'll put some shops together, because we'll get some more, I don't know how we're doing for challenges either. Okay, we need a monthly profit of 2k. I don't think we're anywhere near 2k. Oh, we were then. Oof, if we didn't spend so much construction, we may have been very close this month. But anyway, I am going to leave it there for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it's practically a carbon copy of episode 2, although technically it isn't. But anyway, if you liked what you see, don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe if you like to stay in touch with future episodes, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.